My boss mocked my sick mother in front of the entire staff meeting. He did not realize his email confession was displayed on the projector. Dennis Hartwell was mid-sentence about my emotional instability and using my dying mother as an excuse for poor performance when I saw Amy's face go pale. She was staring at the projection screen behind Dennis, her mouth hanging open. I followed her gaze and felt my heart stop. The quarterly sales presentation had minimized somehow, and Dennis's email inbox filled the entire 12-foot screen. The subject line of his most recent sent message was visible to all 35 people in the conference room. RE, Graham Foster performance issues, confidential attorney consultation. Dennis kept talking, oblivious, gesturing at me with his laser pointer. We all have family problems, Graham. Some of us just handle them like adults instead of crying to HR every 5 minutes about needing special accommodations. I couldn't process his words because I was reading his email displayed in 48-point font behind him. The preview text was visible beneath the subject line. Need advice on terminating employee whose mother has terminal cancer. How do I document performance issues to avoid discrimination claim? He's been with company 8 years, but his numbers are... The room erupted in whispers. People were pointing at the screen. Dennis finally noticed everyone's attention had shifted behind him and turned around. His face went from confusion to absolute horror in the span of 2 seconds. He lunged for his laptop, but Amy's hand shot out and grabbed his wrist. Don't touch it, she said loudly. Everyone in this room just witnessed what you really think about Graham's situation. Dennis jerked his arm away from her. That's a private email. You have no right to read my confidential correspondence. But people were already taking out their phones, photographing the screen before Dennis could close his laptop. I stood frozen, watching my boss realize he'd just destroyed his own career while trying to humiliate me for having a dying mother. The IT director, Foster Chen, was sitting in the back row. He stood up and said, Dennis, step away from the laptop. That email is now evidence in what's about to become a very serious HR investigation. Dennis's face turned red. Evidence of what? I have every right to consult legal counsel about employee performance issues. Foster walked to the front and positioned himself between Dennis and the computer. You have the right to consult counsel. You don't have the right to fabricate performance issues to fire someone whose mother is dying of cancer. That's called retaliation, and it's illegal. I finally found my voice. My sales numbers are third highest in the department this quarter. I've missed 6 days in 3 months, all approved through FMLA. What performance issues? Dennis pointed at me with shaking hands. Your attitude, your constant requests for schedule changes, the way you make everything about your personal problems instead of focusing on work. Amy stood up beside me. Graham's attitude has been professional, despite dealing with his mother dying. You're the one who just told a room full of witnesses that he's playing nurse and going on a farewell tour. Those were your exact words. Dennis looked around the room at 35 faces staring at him with disgust and shock. You're all taking his side? He's been manipulating everyone with his sob story for months. Poor Graham, his mommy is sick, so we all have to pick up his slack and pretend he's doing a good job. The HR director, Patricia Vance, had been sitting in the front row. She stood, and her voice cut through the room. Dennis, this meeting is over. You need to come with me immediately. Do not touch that laptop. Do not speak to anyone. Do not leave the building. Dennis tried to laugh it off. Patricia, let's not be dramatic. This is a misunderstanding. My email was taken out of context. Patricia's expression was granite. Your email, where you admit to documenting fake performance issues to fire an employee with a sick family member, that context? Dennis realized he was cornered. His eyes darted to the exits. I want to speak to my attorney before I say anything else. Patricia nodded. That's your right. But you're suspended effective immediately pending investigation. Security will escort you to collect your personal items. Your company laptop, phone, and all files remain here. 2 security guards I hadn't noticed before appeared at the door. Dennis looked at them, at the 35 witnesses sitting in stunned silence, then at me. Then he said, to see the full story, click the link below or go on my channel.